Hello, everyone. So today we're going to do a topic on sickness and health. And my name is Holly, and I'm a new verbaling teacher. And I would love to see you in a class one day. And so if you're able to come and participate, that would be great. Most of my classes start out with some type of warm-up discussion, vocabulary, and we end up with more of a structured discussion at the end. And sometimes there's grammar, sometimes there's usually vocabulary focused, depends on what the focus of the class is. So, anyway, you can find my page on Verbling, and I would appreciate it if you followed me, and so forth. So, looking forward to starting this class. So, yeah, let's see. I have a Facebook page. It's Verbaling Teacher Holly. Holly on Facebook. So you can follow me there. Or you can actually go to follow me on my profile. And bear with me while I find the URL for that. Hello, somebody's here. Yay! How are you today?
Hello, teacher. I'm fine, and you?
Very good. How are you, Helena? So where are you from, Helena?
I'm from Brazil.
Brazil. I have had a lot of people from Brazil today. Is there a
Really?
holiday in Brazil?
No, not really. Just a regular Monday.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I had a class a few hours ago, and there were 5 or 6 people there. Every one of them was from Brazil.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
5 or 6 hours ago. Well,
yeah. Or
and
no,
now,
it was 3 or 4 hours ago.
so it's 11 p.m. now.
Uh-huh.
Maybe people were arriving home from work.
Yeah, I think it was probably about 6 or 7 p.m. there because it
Mhm.
was, yeah. So but we were all shocked because I am a new verbaling teacher. I've been teaching verbaling for about 4 or 5 days, and most of my classes have consisted of um, just a few, people from all different nations, 4 or 5
Mhm.
different nations, and so to have all the students from one country, it was really funny, and we all thought it
Yeah,
was funny too. So.
yeah. It's really curious because I've never been in a class with. I've been in a lot of classes with with some Brazilians in it, but not with all of them.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So how funny.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, so so you're from Brazil, and what do you do in Brazil?
I'm a teacher. I'm a Portuguese teacher here.
Are you a Portuguese teacher here for Verbling?
No, no, I'm a Portuguese here. I'm Portuguese teacher here in Brazil.
Oh, okay. So what age do you teach?
I
You teach
teach
adults?
mostly teenagers,
Uh-huh. Okay.
Brazilian
Okay.
speakers.
So basically native tongue. Um,
Yeah, native tongue.
native
Yeah.
tongue. Yeah, which is a little bit different than foreign language.
Oh,
So,
yeah, totally. Yeah.
but yeah, my twin sister actually taught English language arts, and people would say, "Oh, yeah, the twins both teach English," but it's so different. So,
Yeah, the approach is extremely different because I don't need to teach vocabulary to Brazilian speakers of Portuguese because we already know our vocabulary. It's more theoretical.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, when you
Yeah.
teach your native language.
Uh-huh. Whereas in English, though, kids are getting vocabulary lessons all the way through until they're 18, and there's always usually a weekly vocabulary test.
Really? For native speakers of
Uh-huh.
English?
Yeah.
Mm, interesting.
Yeah. And the reason for that is because there are so many vocabulary words that we don't know. We're learning words all the time. And
Yeah,
do you know, have you ever read the magazine Reader's Digest?
I've already just a few times, but it's been a
Uh-huh.
long time since the last time I've been with a magazine with
Okay.
readers in my hands. But I've
Uh,
already seen it.
yeah. I haven't, I probably, the same as you, it's probably been 10 years or more for me. But I remember there used to be a vocabulary section
Oh.
in the Reader's Digest.
Mm-hmm.
And when I first started teaching, my students all thought it was for non-native speakers of English, and they were all very surprised to learn that that vocabulary section was actually for native English speakers.
Oh, very
So,
interesting. Here we
yeah.
teach vocabulary when we have reading classes,
Mhm.
because sometimes new words appear in texts, and also when we are working with dictionaries, when we're teaching students to work with dictionaries, then we ask them to look up words that they don't know yet. But
Mhm.
um, I usually, just like you said, weekly, and we don't have specific activities to deal with vocab. It's
Mhm.
normally grammar or reading and interpreting texts and writing as well.
Mhm. Yeah, so it's quite different.
Mhm.
So, yeah, and I realized I thought it was normal for all languages. And I realized that it wasn't when I was talking to students. They were very surprised to learn that we're all getting vocabulary tests. So,
That's nice to know.
yeah. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started with the lesson, and hopefully some other people will jump in.
All right.
Um, what I'm going to do is I'm going to screen share and a PowerPoint. And normally, not all of my lessons, but a lot of them actually start out pretty much the same way.
Okay.
This is more or less a vocabulary a lesson, and um,
Okay.
and I always start out with pictures and then I end with discussion. So
Okay.
first of all, what is happening in these pictures? What do you think?
Um, well, most people are in pain,
Uh huh.
except for the woman in the middle. I think she's eating.
And how is she eating?
She's eating healthy food.
Okay.
That's probably why she's not feeling sick.
hmm
Uh,
And what about this guy?
oh, he's not in pain. He's exercising.
Yeah, so he's exercising, and she's
Yeah.
eating healthy, but the other
Yeah.
four are in pain.
Okay.
Okay. So talking about sickness, and I apologize for that noise behind me. My little dog is decided it's time to play.
Oh, never mind. I love pets.
Okay, good, good. So, hi, is it Sammy or Nader? Hi, Nader. How are you today?
Hi, how are you today?
So, where are you from?
I'm from Egypt, but I live in Saudi Arabia.
Okay, Egypt, but you live in Saudi Arabia. Okay, awesome. And then we have Helena. She's from Brazil, and so talk to us. What do you think this woman, Nader? What do you think is going on with this woman right here?
I guess she has a neck pain.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. She has a neck pain. Have you ever heard this idiom, a pain in the neck?
I have heard another idiom, a pain in something else.
Yeah. But has anybody, either one of you, heard this idiom? It's called a pain in the neck. Basically, they might say, he is
Yeah,
a pain in the neck. What does that mean?
it's someone who's very boring.
Well,
Then
actually, not boring.
Annoying, maybe.
Yes, he is very
annoying.
irritating
Hmm.
or annoying, like a pain in the neck is.
Oh,
So yeah. So normally in English we would never say she's having a pain in the neck because it has a different meaning, but she
okay.
has neck pain. Okay, excellent. So Helena, what is happening in this picture right here?
She has a headache.
Hmm. She has a headache. Okay. Do either one of you guys get headaches very often?
I do.
Not very often.
You do, Helena?
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially when the weather is hot.
Ah, yeah.
And here in Rio, where I live, the weather normally is very hot. So
Mm.
that's why it's frequent. Just during the winter and when the weather is cooler, and then I don't feel headaches very often. But summer, spring, or fall, I'm always with a headache.
Oh wow. My sister and I, we have since we were children, we've frequently gotten headaches, and I have recently learned that my 74-year-old mother never gets headaches.
Wow.
And I was like, when she told me this, I was shocked. I said, "Really? No way." So, how could
That's
you?
unfair.
Yeah, I mean, why didn't I get your gene? I got somebody else's gene, obviously. So, Nader, what's happening with this lady right here?
She has a flu, maybe.
Okay, what is the difference between a flu and a cold? Does anybody
A
know?
flu is a virus more serious than than a cold.
They're both viruses, but a flu is more serious.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was growing up, I thought the flu was only stomach flu, which meant you were throwing up, you were vomiting. Um, but I have learned after living abroad that, and then I did an extensive Google search, that they are very, very similar, but they have different symptoms. Like a cold will always comes with a nasal drip.
Mm.
You guys know what that is? A nasal drip?
Yeah.
Nader? Nader?
No.
A
No.
nasal drip is when you have basically a runny nose.
Yes.
So, I'll just a second, one moment. I will minute voice. I apologize for that. My boy has my dog has
No
decided.
problem.
I had to speak. I had to speak to him in Finnish, so apologize for speaking Finnish in an English class. But when I just said to him, "Go away," in Finnish, and when I speak to him in Finnish, he knows to obey. So um, anyway, this picture right here. What is happening here? What is the mother doing?
Just checking the girl's temperature to
Mm-hmm.
see if she has a fever.
Excellent. Very, very good. Very good. Okay, and what is she doing, Nader? She's
Which one?
the middle, the one. Well, she's eating, but what is she eating?
Strawberry, maybe.
Yeah, she's eating healthy. So,
Okay.
and then he is like you said earlier. He is
Doing
yeah,
exercising, doing crunches, I guess.
yeah, possibly, yeah. All right, let's go to the next page. Bear with me a moment. Okay, and I've gone too far. Bear with me. Word associations. So, what I need to bear with me a moment. What I'll go ahead and basically what I'd like you to do is match the right side with the left side.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll start with you, Helena. It goes with a stuffy what?
Stuffy, I don't know, teacher. I know some other ones.
Okay. Well, why don't you just tell me one that you know, and then we'll just do a process of elimination,
All
and then
right.
I'll explain what the ones is that you don't know.
Okay. A toothache.
Okay, perfect. A toothache. Let's see if I can find where's ache at. Okay, a toothache. Excellent. And
Yeah.
And another.
To feel faint
To feel
or
faint.
dizzy. Or
Uh-huh.
dizzy.
Yes, to feel faint is the correct one, actually. It means the same as to be dizzy, but it's to
be
feel
dizzy.
faint. No, it's to feel faint. But dizziness is the same as feeling faint. So, okay, Helena.
A sore throat.
Yes. A sore
Last two.
throat. Yeah, last two. Thank you. And another.
A broken arm.
A broken arm. Yes. Okay. And Helena.
I'm not sure, but I think it's a pulled muscle.
Yes, you are absolutely correct. Okay. And is it nodder or nader?
Either one, no problem. It's another.
Okay.
But anyway, no
Nodder.
problem.
Okay.
So maybe a stuffy stomach.
Nope.
Stuffy knees, maybe.
Nope. So maybe we
Okay.
should keep that until the end. So. You gonna try another one?
I hurt my knees.
That will work. There's another one actually that goes with this one. So I hurt my knees.
Nose.
I hurt my any
I
body
hurt
part.
my okay.
It will go with I hurt. I hurt my knees will work. I hurt my finger. Is that on here?
No.
I hurt my ankle. I hurt my stomach. I hurt my nose. So, okay. A
A
sprain.
backache. Yes.
A sprained. Oh no. Helena, why don't you choose one?
It's going to be repeated. Earache and stomach ache.
It's all with ache.
Yeah, a backache.
Yep. So an earache, stomach ache. It's kind of hard to put these on here. Stomach ache, backache.
So backache or back pain, almost the same.
Yeah, they're the exact same. An earache, stomach ache, and backache are all the same. Or I mean, a backache and what did you say? Stomach ache and stomach pain. Yes. Ache actually means pain.
Mm-hmm.
So you can have a backache or you can have back pain.
Yes, but I guess maybe ache like little persistent feeling.
Yes,
not
it is.
As painful as pain.
Ache is persistent, and I guess it depends on. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I agree with you there. Yeah. Okay.
An upset stomach.
Yes, an upset stomach. And hello, Ollie. How are you? It's been a long time. Hi, David. It's been a long time.
Yeah,
Both of them were in my last class. So we've got Ollie from us from Egypt,
Yeah.
and then we've got David from Colombia. We've got Helena from Brazil, and then Nader from, was it Saudi Arabia?
Yeah, from Egypt, living in Saudi Arabia.
Egypt and Saudi Arabia. I think there's a couple of you guys that have done that. So, all right. And so we've got a toothache, to feel faint, to feel dizzy. So these actually will go with more than one. To feel dizzy.
To feel sick.
Up to feel sick, yes. And
My finger hurts.
my finger hurts. This is not working. I think I'm gonna have to change this. So, to feel sick, yes. My finger hurts, yes. And then a sprained, what would that be?
Nose.
I'm not sure you can sprain your nose. You can break your nose, but it's usually ankle.
Okay.
But oh no, I've just moved everything. Oh, I've tried. Okay, a sprained ankle.
What is a sprained ankle?
Okay, let's start with the process of an ankle. The ankle, basically, the first thing you do when if you hurt your ankle, like say for example you step on your ankle to the side, you twist your ankle.
Okay.
Okay. The next step is to sprain the ankle. So it's not a break, and then the next one is break the ankle, break an ankle. So it's not a break, but it's not a twist. So a lot of people end up, if you twist your ankle, maybe you're off your foot for maybe a day, or maybe not at all. But if you sprain it, it will swell. The ankle will swell. But that's as far as it will go. Sometimes people will go if you sprain any kind of body part. If you sprain a knee or anything, you will go to the doctor and you'll get X-ray, and then they will say, no, you just sprained it. It was not a break. So, do you understand, Nader?
Thank you.
Okay, excellent. All right, and the other one, and I can't believe I moved everything. So, the other one is a stuffy. Do you guys earlier when I was talking about nasal drip and runny nose?
Yeah.
Okay, the nasal drip happens after the stuffy nose. So it's a stuffy nose. So that's when there's so much fluid in your nose that you have to blow your nose.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that's that. Are there any questions? I think I'm going to have to, first of all, make this darker, and I think I'm going to change the way this is done for future classes. So anyway, let's go on. Any questions about any of these?
No.
Okay. All right. These are some idioms about health. David, what do you think in bad shape means?
Okay, it's the opposite to good shape.
Mhm.
The person that is in a good shape is a person who is athletic, who practice or do sports or go to the gym,
Mhm.
and also they usually eat in a healthy way.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yes.
not junk food. Not
Mhm.
junk food.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Exactly. So if you're in bad shape, it means you're basically unhealthy, and opposite of in good shape. Very good. Very good. Nader, what do you think back on your feet means?
Recover.
Back on your feet.
Recover.
To recover?
Maybe.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. To recover. So after somebody has hurt themselves, then they'll be back on their feet.
And maybe you can use it figuratively to
So
mean to not you can use it in figurative sense. So after a long bed of after bad events, you may be back on your feet.
yeah, yeah, and basically, you can, or you can use it. Say, for example, the economy. If the economy collapses, the economy will be working. For example, if the American economy collapses like everybody thinks, then the U.S. economy will be working to get back on their feet. So it's any kind of recovery. So yeah, back into shape. Ollie, what do you think that is?
I think that maybe my body become more when going to the gym. We're becoming more in shape, and you make a diet, you back into shape.
So basically, it's in bad shape, and so you go back. If you go back into shape, you become in good shape.
Yeah.
So, yeah, okay. Next one, bag of bones. Helena, do you have any idea? This one might be
Uh,
the most difficult on here.
Someone who's skinny.
Ah, yes, you know. It's a skinny person. It's a very skinny person. She's just a
Okay.
bag of bones.
All right.
Yeah, full of beans. David, do you want to take a guess on that one?
Yeah, maybe it's a person that is kind of fat.
No, actually, it's
No.
not. It actually doesn't have anything to do with a person's physical characteristics.
Maybe it's a person who has a lot of sickness. Uh, yeah,
Say that again.
a person who has many sickness.
Okay, a person who's sick all the time?
Yeah.
Thank you. That's a very good try. It's actually a person who's full of energy. They have a lot
Ah,
of energy. They're very energetic, so they're full of beans.
right.
So, to black out. Anyone want to take a stab at that one?
To faint, to
Yes.
lose conscious.
Yeah, to become unconscious. So if you're really sick, you might actually black out one day. So blind as a bat. Anyone want to take a stab at that? Oh, by the way, to try is to take a stab at something. Something. It means to guess.
Okay.
Anyone want to take a stab at that? To blind as a bat.
Someone who needs glasses.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. You're exactly right. I mean, the blind it was the cue word for that. It's basically somebody who really cannot function without glasses. They cannot see more than 2 feet ahead of them. So, okay, to fill blue. Anyone want to take a stab at that one?
Yes, to be sad, to feel gloomy.
Yes, to be depressed, to feel gloomy. And also it's either emotional sickness or physical sickness, either one of them. You can be if you but normally it has to do with emotions if you feel blue and stuff like that. There's a lot of idioms about health, as you know, and it's important to learn and use them when they become natural for you. Okay, and let's go on to the next section. And this is what I was telling you about earlier, that I always try to end all classes with the last part of the class will always be full of fluency questions. And so what I, for those of you who have not been in my class before, is what I do is I'll ask one person, and then that person will ask another person a question, and it will just do a everybody will ask each other questions, okay? And people can jump into the conversation at any time. So I will start and I will ask. I always ask the first person that arrives too. I don't know why I always do that, but so Helena, do you often eat fast food?
No, not really. It's very rare. I rarely eat hamburgers
Uh huh.
or hot dogs.
Uh huh. Okay. Do you have, besides the hamburgers and hot dogs, do you have any food establishments in Brazil that you maybe they serve other things that would be considered fast food? Do you eat any of those?
No, not, in fact, I'm very worried about what I eat, and
Mm-hmm.
I really pay attention to what I prepare. I actually like to prepare my food, to cook my food. So
Mm-hmm.
I we have some other kinds of what we consider fast food here,
Mm-hmm.
like we have something called pastel here, very popular, or coxinha,
Uh-huh.
some Brazilian fast food. But even the Brazilian fast food, I avoid as much as
Mm-hmm.
I can to eat
Mm-hmm.
them.
Okay, excellent. Um, all right, and so I went ahead and just added a little bit more questions for you based on your answer, and you're welcome to do that when you ask one of your colleagues a question. So you can choose one, excuse me, choose one of these questions or even ask the same question. So
Okay. To anyone?
anyone, yeah. And you guys can even ask me a question if you want.
Okay. Mm. Nada. Do you do you consider alcohol a drug?
Do I consider alcohol a drink?
Yeah.
Sure, it is a drink, but it's what is the worst drink you can take. For me, it's illegal to take alcohol here, and I guess it should be illegal everywhere else.
It's illegal?
Yes, here
Yeah?
it's illegal.
Oh, really? Any drink? Any kind of
No, no,
drink?
no.
Beer?
Yes, yes, yes. Any alcoholic beverages are illegal here.
Oh, interesting. So very different from Brazil.
Sure. It is. So now, should I ask anyone?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Is anyone here afraid of needles? I guess needle phobia is called pilonophobia.
Really? I see. I don't even know that. So,
Yes, because I had to remember it with the word balloon, because a balloon is afraid of needle. So
okay.
pilonophobia is I guess fear of needles.
Uh-huh.
So if anybody has this phobia,
Wow. Okay. Anybody? Yeah, call
No,
somebody by name, they'll answer. I've learned that.
I guess Ali is going to
no.
answer. Okay.
Do you mean phobia from heights or phobia from closed places?
Could you
But
repeat that,
no.
Ali?
Do you mean phobia from heights or phobia from closed places?
Actually, he was talking
No,
about needles.
needles,
Needles?
needles. When you go to the doctor and you get injection, if you
Yeah,
have
yeah,
to take an injection.
It's this question right here.
yeah, yeah. I catch it. I don't know, but yeah, I'm afraid some kind of But not. Yeah, I am afraid. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I take it any level. Yeah, yeah. It can be.
So you don't consider it a phobia.
Yeah, it's some kind of fear, not phobia.
Yeah, isn't there a difference between just a healthy fear and a phobia?
Yeah, I
Yes, I
think
guess.
that.
Sorry.
Go on. Now.
I guess a phobia is irrational fear.
Mm-hmm.
So it is like an extremist fear,
Mm-hmm.
not the normal fear.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm thinking because sometimes you have to sometimes you can have a healthy fear of something, you know.
Everyone is afraid of death. You cannot say this is phobia.
Yeah. Or like a flying, we all wonder is this going to be the last flight we are on? So um, we all think about it, you know. So okay, Ollie, can you choose a question and ask somebody?
Yeah. Um. I choose one. David.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Do you smoke?
No, actually, I didn't like to smoke. I smoked when I was in high school, but maybe for because my friends they used to smoke, and maybe I feel like pressure in the group, so I smoked, but I didn't like it, so I quit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
Is it common to smoke in Colombia?
oh well, yeah, it's common, but nowadays not so common because it is not you are not able to smoke in closed areas like
Mm-hmm.
restaurants and bars, and yeah, it's like banned in some
Ban-
places.
okay, so it's banned from smoking in bars and restaurants in Colombia.
Yeah, in some places it's banned.
Oh
So
wow.
step by step, the people are quitting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what countries where is it no longer banned? I mean, it seems like all the countries have, I'm going to say another idiom, jumped on that bandwagon. They've all joined the banning cigarettes from public places. Is there any place that smokers can go and actually smoke?
Here in Colombia, or you are?
Anywhere in the world.
Uh, well, I think parks are free for smokers.
Uh-huh.
Streets, yeah, open areas.
Yeah. And have they banned smoking in public places in Egypt, Ali?
Yeah. Sorry.
Have they banned smoking from public places in Egypt?
No, actually,
No. So you can smoke
they
anywhere?
can. Yeah, they can smoke
Uh,
anywhere.
they cannot or can't? Can.
Yeah, they can. Yeah, they can
Okay.
smoke anywhere.
And how about in Brazil?
No, we cannot smoke in restaurants or in closed places, just on streets.
Okay. And how about in Saudi? You're in Saudi Arabia. You're from Egypt, but you're in Saudi Arabia right now, right?
Yes, here it's not allowed to smoke in closed places, only on the streets. You cannot smoke in a mall or at cafe or whatever,
Uh-huh.
unless it is an open area
Okay. It's
or
interesting.
a smoking place.
Uh-huh. Okay, so it's interesting in different countries what they've chosen. Last 5 years ago, and Austria seemed to be the only country in Europe that doesn't allow smokers. I mean, that allows for smoking. they'd have in restaurants smoking section and non-smoking section and stuff like that. But so in Egypt allows it, Austria. I wonder where else. I should do a poll.
We have a city here in Mecca. It's not allowed to sell any cigarettes.
Okay. Well, that makes sense because it's a spiritual.
Yes. That's
you
why
know,
they banned it.
Which totally makes sense for that. So, all right. I kind of hijacked that conversation. So David, can you choose a question?
Yeah, sure. Okay. Do you no, sorry. Do you eat a lot of vegetables? For Helena.
Yeah, I try to eat vegetables on a daily basis. In fact, I'm thinking of becoming a vegetarian. I'm trying. I still couldn't become a complete vegetarian, but I'm trying.
Isn't it true that Brazil has one of the best barbecues in the world?
Yeah, it is. That's why it's so hard.
I think that would be the reason why I would want to travel to Brazil, besides seeing and stuff like that, is the barbecue.
Yeah, our barbecue is amazing, and also our fish, because we have a very long coast, so we have a wide variety of fish. But for healthy, for being careful with my health, I know it's not very healthy to eat red meat in a daily diet, so that's why I avoid eating it. I only eat red meat like once or twice a week, and I'm I'm trying to at least eat it just once a week, and
Yeah.
hopefully in a in a year or less, I'll quit eating red meat.
Okay. And the one
Okay,
thing
just once.
you can say also on a daily basis. I know it's bad to eat red meat on a daily basis. It's just
Okay.
another alternative. So, Nader, were you going to say something?
I guess once a week will not hurt anyone, so I don't see the point of being a vegetarian.
Yeah. My niece, she's 25 now, but when she was 13, um, her grandmother would make food and she would look at it and she said, "Sorry, I can't eat that. I'm a vegetarian." And then 5 hours later, we would be out and they would be out in town, and she would want to get a McDonald's hamburger. So we
No.
thought that was pretty funny. We've teased her about it for years, that she's a vegetarian, but she eats hamburgers or cheeseburgers from McDonald's. So, but for her, it was just she just didn't want to eat grandma's food. So
That sounds like a great excuse when you don't want to eat something. You say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm a vegetarian."
yeah. Well, I mean, you work with teenagers, Helena. Is that normal? Is
Oh
that something
yeah,
a teenager would do?
they're very smart. Yeah, they're very smart, and they think very fast. So they make up excuses for everything. They're very lazy. They just want to sleep and be on Facebook.
Yeah. Yeah. How fun. Okay. So who? Okay, Helena, could you ask a question now?
Okay. Um. So can I ask the same person, or should I change the
Absolutely. You
person?
can choose anybody you want.
All right. David,
Yeah,
are
sure.
you a member of a health gym?
Oh, actually, yes. Did you ask me about gym, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, um, yeah, I practice weightlifting, that is kind of going to the gym and lift some weight, you know. And I am well. I practice almost uh, almost 4 or 5 days at week. I eat vitamin supplements, and I ate in a very healthy way. I I am the opposite of you because I need to eat a lot of proteins, so I I eat 5 times a day. I try to eat a lot of chicken, fish, that kind of.
Oh, that's nice. It seems like you're very concerned about your health, right?
Oh yeah, well, I like the sport, and I like how the sport change your body and the discipline that you get from body.
Very nice.
It's my turn. Um, oh well, do you take vitamins or mineral supplements or neither?
Actually, I don't. I used to take some vitamins or and mineral supplements when I was going to the gym, but now I'm not a gymitarian anymore.
No, you are not a what?
A gymitarian.
That's a made up word, but it's funny. It's good.
Okay,
Um, so so I understand it, but it's not English. So
you know. So
and now
because I think is that the vegetarian concept, as I said, it's like someone who hated red meat, like someone whose mother didn't cook well. So he said, "I'm a vegetarian." If his mother was cooking fish, he would say, "I'm a vegetarian." So I guess that vegetarian concept is
that's
not really logical.
that's pretty good. That's a good. Actually, you would say I'm not a gym member anymore. So,
Okay, thank you.
but I, anyway, okay, Nader, if you could ask a question.
Yes. So to Helena, do you take medicine when you're sick, or do you easily take medicine when you're sick? So this is your first option, I guess. I mean,
Is it for me?
yes.
Yeah. Oh, if I take medicines,
Do you take
um,
medicine when you're sick? This is your first option, or you wait for some time until maybe it goes away without medicine?
yeah. In fact, I wait a little bit, depending on the problem, of course, depending on how I'm feeling, if it's too serious or not. But generally, I wait and I try to manage the situation with some other kind of attitude. Like if it's a headache, I avoid a lot of noise or hot weather. If it's backache, I try to stretch my back or something like this. But um, it depends on the problem. But generally, I wait a little bit.
So you hate the painkillers?
If I hit them a lot, painkillers, uh,
Yeah.
mm, not a lot, because I don't feel sick very often. Just mostly headaches when the weather is very good. Like when the weather, I'm sorry, when the weather is hot. When I go to the beach, and then I start to feel headaches. But normally I get better before I take medicines.
Thank you.
Very good, thank you. Okay, Helena, I think you can ask Ali because he's been quiet for a while.
Okay. Um, Ali, do you eat
Yeah.
lots of fruit?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah, I eat a lot of food because I think that is like a desert for me. Yeah, I consider a desert for me because I don't eat a lot of sugar or a lot of sweety things. I eat fruits, vegetable. Yeah, I love kind of that healthy food. But also I love junk food sometimes.
Okay. Can you tell us some common popular fruits in your country?
Fruits and country, common
Yeah, the ones people
foods.
like the most.
Yeah, foods or fruits.
Fruits.
Fruits. Yeah, I think the most common one I love is mango. It's a mango and yeah, it's mango.
Mango.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Just some quick feedback on pronunciation. Um, there, if you can see that I've written dessert, Desert, but there's also the desert. So
yeah,
desert and desert. And remember, there's a distinct difference. Even though it's the same spelling, there's a difference. So the dessert is what um, you eat after your main meal. But then the desert is where and Nader is currently living.
yeah.
So, and then
Dessert.
also fruit is when you when you talk about a lot of fruit, you never add an S to the end. So it's not fruits, it's fruit.
Yeah.
So, and that's for the entire class. So, okay, Ali, thank you. Is it Ali or Ali? How do I
Mm.
pronounce your name?
It's Ali. Yeah.
Ali. Okay,
Yeah.
I said that and I went,
But I pronounce it Ali, but you can pronounce it Ali.
uh-huh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Ali. Okay, Ali, can you ask a question? I don't know if I said it right.
um, Nader, do you catch a cold more than once a year?
I don't think so. I don't catch cold easily, I guess. So
Is
maybe I get it once a year at the maximum.
yeah.
Do you catch a cold more than once a year?
Actually, no, I have yeah, I can catch two or three. I think that one cold weather and another one in hot summer or in warm weather. But I actually in cold weather, yeah, I had a terrible one. Then when I take it, yeah, you feel like yeah, it's very terrible illness. Then when I recover, yeah, it's become. I take it only once at once.
Yeah, I used to catch more than once a year when I was in Egypt because the weather is always changing, and
Yeah, it's very terrible.
everyone catches cold in the winter. But here it is almost
Warm
hot
weather.
or like 11 months a year, so it is hard to catch a cold here.
Yeah, I'm so glad to hear that.
Maybe this is the only benefit we get it from here.
That's interesting because since it's a virus, it really shouldn't matter whether it's hot or cold, but people do get colds more in the wintertime than they do in the summer. in hot weather than they do in cold weather. I'd never thought about that. So.
I never thought about that because I used to catch cold in the winter in Egypt, but now I don't get it as much as I used to get it. As much as I used to.
I always get a summer cold and a winter cold. So but I have a lowered immune system. That's why. So anyway, let's go with a couple more questions. Nader, could you ask somebody a question?
So, David, do you ever read magazines or news articles about health?
No, I never read a magazine about articles about health because actually I am not interested in that. But and do you read that kind of articles?
Yes, I like to listen to health podcasts and read magazines about that subject. I guess everyone should read about health tips or something like this.
I think it's important, but I think a lot of people just don't have time. I don't have time for that.
Maybe.
So, or maybe I have time. I have just not made it a priority. So. So.
But do you listen to any health programs or tips or hints or whatever?
Every once in a while, if I catch it on TV. Are you guys familiar? I don't know if it's gone international yet, but there's a TV program called Dr. Oz.
Yes, it's very popular everywhere now.
Yeah, so every once in a while, if I catch him, I'll watch him, and I've read some health books and stuff that people have given me, but I always when I'm looking for information, it's usually linguistics related. So, Googling, or I get this silly idea in my head, and then I'll Google that question or whatever. So, anyway, thank you very much for your active participation in today's lesson, and do consider taking another one of my classes as you have the time, and if you're available, I'm on the calendar, and please sign up for them if you see something that looks interesting. Most of my classes will have kind of the picture and then the fluency exercises at the end. Not all of them do. It really depends on the topic and the lesson. So. And then if you also want to take a private lesson, I'm also looking for private students as well. Right. Thank you very much for your time and attention, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you, teacher.
Thanks.
Goodbye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks.
Thank you.